County preserve, a newly opened preserve that we are able to come and experience here for free in our county. And we're here with Mrs. Martina Coker, who's going to tell us more about the preserve and what it took and the people it took from our community to get it open for all of us. Mrs. Coker.
Hi, I'm Martina Coker, and I'm with Eastern Shore Virginia Birding and Wildlife Programs, Inc. Sometimes people call us Birding Eastern Shore. And this preserve is a real treasure for you all to enjoy. And the way this happened, it was a bunch of people in the community got together, and there was a boardwalk. You'll see that in your video. There was a boardwalk that was just a mess. And so a bunch of people thought it would be really good to bring that back so everybody could enjoy it. And we worked really hard on getting people at the state level and the county level to work on that and bring some grant money in, and that happened. So we brought a bunch of volunteers in, and a bunch of people rebuilt that boardwalk. But it's not just the boardwalk. When you go through here, you're going to be walking through all different kinds of habitat going through the path. So when you first walk along, you're going to have a field habitat and a tree habitat. And first of all, a habitat is a home, a special home for birds and animals and plants. They each need a special kind of home. So this preserve, again, has all different kinds of habitat that you can enjoy. So again, first you have the field, and you have the big pine trees that you're going to be walking by. And each of those habitats have different kinds of animals. So in the pine trees, you might see some warblers, little birds. You might see deer walking through there and squirrels. And in the field, you have plants like grasses and bushes. And there you might see mice and maybe snakes and grasshoppers. And you don't want to just look down either when you're looking at a habitat. You want to look up above you, because above the grasses you might see hawks flying in the air. And those hawks are looking for little animals to eat, because what they eat are mice and things like that. So they're flying up above in the air, and they're looking down. They have really good eyesight, and they're looking for those mice to swoop down and eat. So when you keep walking, and you'll see that you're on your field trip, you keep walking and you get to the end of the grass and the pine trees, and then you get to a different kind of woods. You get to something called the deciduous forest. And in those trees lose their leaves in the winter. Like these pine trees, they're evergreens, and they're going to keep their needles and leaves all winter. But the deciduous trees, and you see some of them over there too, they lose their leaves. Some of them already have lost them. They may be dead trees, but some of them have lost their leaves already. So when you walk through the deciduous forest, that would have different kinds of animals. So all the leaves that fall on the ground, that's a great place for things like lizards and salamanders, and frogs might live there. It's a little bit wet in there sometimes. So those are some of the animals you might see there. And in the trees you might see owls, who actually like to eat some of those lizards and things, and frogs. You could see woodpeckers in there, and there also will be deer and things like that. So that's where that beautiful boardwalk is that all the volunteers built. So you walk on the boardwalk through that deciduous forest habitat, and at the end you're going to come out, and there's a beautiful big platform that you can enjoy, and you're going to have a view over the seaside. So that's a whole different habitat. On the seaside, it's all the salt water and marsh, and you would have different kinds of birds there. You're going to have birds like herons and terns and gulls. And the reason they're there in that habitat is they eat things like fish and crabs. So you're not going to see them in the woods, because they don't have the kind of food that they need, doesn't live there. So that's where those kinds of birds live. And you see different kinds of plants too, like you won't see a big pine tree in that salt water, but you'll see different kinds of grasses. So pay attention to what you're seeing around you. You might even think about bringing a journal along with you so you can write down what you're seeing.
Great idea.
Or you could draw what you're seeing. And if you want to, you can just enjoy the fact that you're outside getting great exercise. It's a little bit of more than a mile of walking each way. So you get some great exercise, just stretching your legs and being out in the fresh air.
We're excited that y'all get to go on this virtual field trip with us.
Come along, let's take a walk and let's see what we see.
Mr. Dias, I think we're almost there. Let's see what's at the end of the boardwalk.
All right.
That hike wasn't bad at all.
About 15 minutes.
Family should come out now. It's cooler weather. The mosquitoes aren't bad. I think we're almost there. I'm beginning to see some water.
Goodness gracious, would you look at this?
Oh my. Look at it. It's beautiful.
Whoa.
Gorgeous. I could sit here all day and look at this.
All right, Kippers, welcome to Brockenberry Bay.
We are just north of Oyster.
On the seaside, looking out towards the barrier islands. Out here is Mockhorn Island. Down below Oyster down there is Mockhorn Bay. And so this is Brockenberry Bay. And you just keep on right on up the shore all the way up to past Eastville, past Nassawatic, on up past Wachapreague, and just keep on going to Maryland in that direction. Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's go learn some information over here, Mr. Dias. The Seaside Walkway.
Outstanding.
We can learn where we are. We are right here. Do you see us where we are?
All right, and that the parking over here on Seaside Road, right?
That's
Right
where we
next
started.
to the Northampton County landfill.
And we walked this entire trail, and this is where we are now, out on Brockenberry Bay.
And that's the spot where we started this tour out there on 600, so you can park there. Plenty of parking for y'all to come in. This is a county preserve, the Northampton County Nature Preserve. It was recently reopened and rededicated. It was funded by a Virginia Coastal Zone Management Program. Groups like Birding Eastern Shore, which I'm a member of, Northampton County, the Nature Conservancy, and the Virginia Master Naturalists all came together with other agencies and local groups to reopen this place and start creating this opportunity for you all to come out and visit. Keep in mind, this is a county park. It's your park, and
It's all free.
It's all free. There's no cost to get in. It's safe. It's wide open. It's a really good place, and it's close by.
It was a lot of fun today.
I think that you'll this time of year you'll enjoy it out here. Not only is it cooler, and not only are the bugs not quite as bad as they've been. They're still out here, so I don't want to be lying to you. But also at this time of year, as you start looking up into the sky, you're going to see, and I don't know if we'll see any
Look
today.
at the eagle.
Oh, yes it is, right there above us, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I was just getting ready to tell you. Right here, right above us, a bald eagle. When I was your age, kids, we didn't see many eagles. We had just about driven them into the extinction. And now you come out here among this preserve and you're going to see a lot of eagles and other raptors. That's the hawks and the falcons, as well as the owls. They're all migrating south right now. So as you come down here and start looking up into the sky, you're likely to come up with some pretty cool sights up above your head.
Pretty cool.
Well, you about ready to head back to the start point and see what we can see along the trail?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
All right, come on, Kippers. Let's head back to starting to get towards sunset. We don't get caught out here after dark, because then it becomes an owl prowl. My favorite.
Look, honeysuckle.
What? Hey, honey.
There's some more honeysuckle.
You'll also find muscadine grapes growing out here, fox grapes growing out here, blackberries. Pretty cool habitat and a really cool place to take a hike. So y'all come on out and take a hike.
Hey Kippers, we made it back, and we wanted to say thank you, Ms. Coker, for a wonderful trip. Mr. Dias, thank you again for joining me on this wonderful trip.
My pleasure.
And Kippers, I hope you enjoyed this virtual field trip to the Northampton County Preserve.